spread my wings. Other than that, natural selections, we got to prepare for the goddamn full moon, because the full moon ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't shit. It's gonna be extreme unstableness. So you don't want to manifest no extreme unstableness in your goddamn life. You want to make sure that you in a situation where you stable, practical, you make sense, you're foundated, you created a foundation for yourself. Now here's the thing, a lot of us may not have created a foundation for ourselves due to the fact of wasting time procrastinating, thinking things gonna work. Shout out to Tiffany Core. Thinking things gonna work. We might been in a situation where we might got certain promises. Our job, you know what I'm saying, was going in one schedule. Then all of a sudden we come up with ideas and all these imaginations about our days already off. Then all of a sudden, especially with Mercury going in retrograde, your schedule changed. Now you got to recorrelate your motherfucking plans and calculations and things of that nature. Also, during this particular time in this motherfucker shit, you know, you want to make sure you're grounded. If you're not grounded and you got people, places, and things that you are involved in, that you can't make no actual natural sense out of it. Remember, you got to be natural. You got to be earthy. You know what I'm saying? Sensual. Master of the senses. So before you start to express your senses, you're understanding the senses that's going on around you. So you know not to put yourself into a vulnerable situation and you put yourself out there to get the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you ain't in that energy also. Now, let me check this out real quick. You want to make sure that you're not in that energy also. Plus, here's the thing. The very same thing that you could be utilizing for forms of stability and things of that nature could be the very same thing that make you unstable and have individuals around you make you look like you're stubborn. And you might be thinking you consistent and you're just waiting in the wing for something to manifest and you're doing the right thing. But if you keep trying to do the same thing and you still you're not getting no different results, then you're lying to yourself to a certain degree. So you have to understand, you have to be switch up on certain things, because with this Taurus energy, especially with the full moon, you could be perceived as stubborn and you might be thinking it's the best idea in the world to actually cling on to. So that's not a form of groundedness. That's a form of retardation or being hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be hard-headed. Make sure I'm clear. Oh, yeah, I'm clear. All right, cool. So you don't want to be hard-headed. And right now, with the motherfucking energies in Taurus, we all can manifest hard-headed ass motherfucking energies in this motherfucker shit. And you could be hard-headed when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your way of correlating your relationships, when it comes to conducting your job, when it comes to just being around your family and things of that nature. You could become hard-headed and people got real good advice to put you on the game. But your ass don't want to motherfucker listen based upon what extreme Venus and moon energy that you're going to be in. Remember, the moon going to be full, but the moon is also exalted into Taurus. So that's double the application of the same energy. So not only do we already like experience full moon energies anytime the moon phase is going through Taurus, the moon is actually going to be full. So for the most part, we're going to have a full content of whatever Taurus mean, which is ball or stability or security or safety or support or fixated earth energy, being fixated on your own way of thinking and being practical. So for the most part, now a little bit of stubbornness, you may have to be hard-headed when it comes to situations that don't go in your favor or when it comes to being taken advantage of. And a lot of times, if you're not stubborn and you so consistent on allowing this individual to take advantage of you and shit like that, then therefore you're not being hard-headed for good purposes. So always go in and out these energies. Don't ever get caught in a similar form thinking that it's purely negative. That's why I always make up the examples that it don't matter what the alignment is. It actually matter what two planets are aligning. You see what I'm saying? Now the two planets that's actually aligning is going to let you know if it's a good alignment or not. So just because it's an opposition don't always mean it's going to be negative. Now in this case, due to the fact of Scorpio opposite Taurus, this may be a negative opposition. But it's always negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Always keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. But for the most part, it don't always have to be that way if you're the more powerful, sufficient spirit being in control of the environment. And always make sure you're in control of your environment, because anytime you're just looking around, no man, no womanless, and things of that nature, and you're just flunked out, going along with the flow in an extreme way that you don't necessarily need to, then for the most part, you will let a situation outweigh you, or the energy be too extreme to the point that it will overlay the little small amount of percentage level you ever added to the circumstance, and therefore you'll get washed away. mentally or physically. Hopefully it's just mentally, where you experience a mistake, something not going your favor, and you know better next time. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes into this goddamn full moon, right? Now, anytime there's a full moon also, this plays out as an energy of fulfillment or unfulfillment. So, you know, everybody may feel this energy of being fulfilled or unfulfilled due to the fact of whatever that they're participating in at the moment, whether it's a relationship, a business goal, a circumstance, a structure, a living condition, whatever the forms that you may accumulate in your life to build that form of security, stability, shelter, safety, and support. That's basically Taurus in a nutshell before we get into the witchcraft of it. Oh, they like money. Oh, they like this. Oh, they hard-headed. Yeah, that's really just, you know, any sign could be like that, but for the most part, and especially based on the alignment. But other than that, the general basis of Taurus is basically stability, support, safety, security, and shelter. And for the most part, based upon the shadow government, they worship the energy of the esoteric astrology of Taurus, which would be Ba, or the ability that to create that hum, where as a spirit we in that center space, so everything emit from that space as far as that vibrational tone that becomes a language or a word or things of that nature. And then for the most part, they built the world off that construction. You know what I'm saying? Right below the throat chakra, which would be the fourth house, the third and the fourth house. But the third house is kind of like everything that connects together as far as your wiring and shit like that, along with the sixth house. So you're learning how to connect things as far as your wiring systems and your bone systems. Third house, sixth house, Virgo, Gemini. Day and nighttime of Mercury. But before you get to the fourth house, which is the heart space, which you give care to, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, that's the area of life that gonna make us manifest and shit like that, and based upon us attracting things in our motherfucking life, and that's attached to your moon sign too. And based upon the throat chakra being above it in the sky, you know what I'm saying, right there, then for the most part, what's in your sky and what you want to communicate out of your heavens is only going to manifest in your world and gravitate towards you if you utilize your heart space in some way, shape, or form, which is the fourth house area. And the moon rules the fourth house. So when it's exalted, shout the waves. So when it's exalted, it's above the fourth house into the second house. And therefore, the things that you care about, you're able to express, or you're able to analyze externally without expressing it. And all of that deals with the throat chakra. But if you don't have a good, clear throat chakra, you're not able to analyze what's being said or conveyed, or body language represented to you. You're not able to perceive it right. You might prejudge wrongly. And a lot of times on the other end, you may talk negatively, or you may talk out of bounds, or the things that you care about is things that you should not speak. So the things that are coming from your fourth house, you make it exalted with your heart, your moon chakra that bent in and created the heart. And then for the most part, you put it in your second house, and everything that you care about, you start to express or see that through others based on self-reflecting, even if you're not explaining it or conveying it. But it'll be something that you construct in your mind like it's true. And therefore, that puts you in a situation of manifesting a lot more bullshit in your life than positive scenarios. Because you care more about negative shit than positive shit. And you may look in the mirror and be like, no, I don't. I want things to be positive. But you don't understand the power of the mind and the witchcraft it is, and it not being a spirit. So when you understand it from that aspect, you be adding on to negative energies, just wasting a lot of seconds and minutes on trying to think and add feelings on not to experience a negative feeling, not to experience a negative situation. So you might think that's positive, sitting around pondering on how to not experience a vulnerable situation or something that's wrong. But it's the universe don't understand words. It only understands the vibrations that you're giving it. So you're still giving it the negative annotation. So it's only going to bring more of that in your life. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind also. Now, due to the fact of the full moon being in goddamn Taurus, it's also going to be opposite goddamn Mercury and Venus. So the depositor of Venus is going to be in the moon, right? And the exaltation of the moon is going to be in that sign. So that means that the way that love is going to be perceived or expressed may be in a very negative way that could destroy you. So make sure you don't let the things that you love destroy you, or the things that you would do for it destroy you to a certain magnitude. Pardon me.